Let's talk for a minute. Hi guys, I'm Danielle. This is Hogan Life, and on this channel, I like to talk about everything mom related. I know lots of you out there are stay-at-home moms or stay-at-home dads, and I too am a stay-at-home mom, and that means I get a lot of time with my kids. You've chosen something precious. However, in that precious choosing, you get all of your children. The good, the bad, and the ugly. They also get all of you. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So I guess it's a fair exchange. But yeah, we get a lot of stimulus. And I've chosen to homeschool like many of you out there. And any way you cut the mustard, it's a lot. What if we could really, truly, largely enhance our lives this year in our wonderful parenting journey? Let's get down to it. I notice sometimes that I am a wild, raging mama, getting a stress response from practically everything, and going from 0 to 10, at least inside, way too frequently. And that's not good. So this year, I am going through my days and building an awareness. An awareness of what? What you might call a trigger to a strong emotional response to something. And it might be as simple as someone leaving the door open for the 25th time. Actually, that's not that simple. It's understandable, okay? I tell them, shut the door. But alas, not worthy of a strong emotional response. Let me clarify the strong emotional response. It is a response that makes you feel a stress inside. It doesn't mean you react in that stress necessarily. I mean, you could, but it means that you feel angst, perhaps frustration, annoyance, stress, all those really icky words that I feel like I can relate with a lot. Anger, overwhelm, impatience. Okay, so now here is the plan, and I know that this is going to build a better tomorrow. How do you build an awareness? Well, you just go about your day aware of how you are responding to things internally. Let's see, I walk in the house and I pass my hutch and there is a pile of clutter on it. And suddenly I feel an irritation. Really isn't justified by the simple sight of a cluttered surface. I had that response to it, so on my list I write down cluttered hutch. I'm going to go so far in my awareness to say, all the cluttered surfaces I can see when I first walk in my door. I think I know myself well enough to know that that's probably true. And this feeling that you get from simple things, it's like that grit your teeth feeling that you're like, ugh. And you kind of carry around that feeling throughout the day, and then something else like compounds it, and then you continue to carry around a stronger feeling. And that's when something simple happens, like someone breaks a glass. Children do that all the time. And yet you have an exaggerated emotional response to that problematic situation. It didn't merit it, but because of our compounded emotional responses throughout the day, we're just there, a donkey on the edge. I hate this cluttered surface. I wrote it down in strong language. I hate it. I hate when my children bicker. It sends me through the roof. That constant back and forth that when you have 7 kids, it
makes me want to weep and then die.
Is that too much? So I put a finger on it, and in recognizing what gives me these strong emotions, I am able then to say, okay, I have a problem with this. It gives me a strong emotional response, and now I want to find a solution. Because the truth is, not every irritation is equal, but sometimes we're just at that place in our life, staying home with our kids, those kids who do the most unprecedented and unpredictable things, and we're not really enjoying it because everything seems like it's compounding the already irritated state of my soul. So in finding a solution, you have to think, okay, what is viable in this situation? When I'm driving home, especially at the end of the day from karate, there's 6 kids in the car and it's packed, everyone's tired, we're hungry, and we're ready to just end the day with a book and being cozy by the fire or whatnot. There's a lot of antagonism. I can't always say, okay, this is what I'm going to do and it's going to work every time. No, it doesn't always work. But something I've found that I can ask my children, let's just be quiet for the drive, or let's sing a song, or I can listen to songs that they love, or, which is really working right now, we listen to a book on tape, which is a simple book, Hank the Cowdog. Yes, it's simple, it's funny, it's quirky and weird, and all the kids love it, and we laugh, and that just kind of gives them a distraction, so there's not so much antagonism at the end of the day on that 25-minute drive home. I'm bringing solutions to preserve my own sanity, so to speak. I know this is big language. I don't want us to be afraid to talk about the load we carry throughout the day. And a lot of it is a lot of emotion that if we just were aware and changed our starts so that we did not encounter quite so many things that give us those negative feelings, then we're going to have a more enjoyable day overall. We're going to stack the odds in our favor. With my cluttered surface, I recognize that it is more valuable for me to take everything on that surface and stick it in the laundry room and have a clean path, the path I walk multiple times a day, and then I'm not constantly being faced with it. Now, it's not taking care of the problem, but it is an immediate solution so that I'm not constantly having that trigger throughout the day. So as I am compiling this list of things that trigger an emotional response, and I'm talking about a negative emotional response, the clutter, the bickering, whining, that is definitely something that is a severe annoyance. But a lot of times I say, okay, let's just be quiet. We have to be quiet before you can talk to me about this problem. And then I would love to hear it, but I would like to hear it in a normal voice. And all this takes patience, but don't allow the things to continually reoccur that are building the strong emotions that make you feel like you're constantly going crazy. But as I have that list about the negative emotions, I am always being aware about what gives me a positive emotional response. And I am also compiling a list like that because I want to put tons of those things in my day. And it's things like sunshine, being outside with my kids, reading a book to my kids, reading by myself, actually being by myself, being by my fire. And I just noticed as I walked outside today, I saw our neatly stacked wood pile and I got a sense of satisfaction. I'm like, I'm going to put that on my happy list because that actually gives me a sense of accomplishment every time I see it. We've done it together. We've worked hard on this wood pile because it's not just we purchased wood and we stacked wood. No, we get the wood. We don't purchase it. We get the biscuits. My husband chops the wood. And so it's a sense of what our family has done together goes on my list. Drinking coffee, woo, happy list. So the bottom line is I want to bring solutions to the situations in my everyday life that are constantly giving me a sense of negative emotion. And I want to be intentional about having more positive interactions with my kids throughout the day. So there's constantly a sense of positive emotion being built with me as a mom and then with them because I am a happier mom when I'm a little bit more aware of processing through things as they come. Now, you've heard the sayings, if the mom ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Or there's another one, happy wife, happy life. And there's a certain amount of truth to that because the mom has this power to create an environment. And so as a mom or as a homemaker, as the person who stays home, because I know it's not only moms that have the privilege of staying home with their kids, how can we just take back a little bit more control, not relinquish it, but take it back and make those small changes that will enhance this amazing, loud, rocky, bumpy, precious, sweet journey. All right, tell me what you guys think. Remember, no one can mom your kids like you. And put in the comments what's on your happy list and what's on your list, your trigger list. And let's continue as moms, as dads, as parents, as people to make 2026 the best year of our lives so far. I'll see you next time.